This is the 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. If you're looking for your next durable pickup, then look no further than this versatile Tacoma. The Tacoma TRD Off-Road has both two-wheel and four-wheel drive capabilities, so it's the truck for you no matter what job or leisure activity you could need it for. It also has multi-terrain select with crawl control, which will keep you from getting stuck if you take this bad boy off the road. With blind spot monitors, a backup camera, and 20 miles per gallon in a 21-gallon fuel tank, the Tacoma TRD Off-Road still gives you all the luxuries packaged into a bruiser of a truck. Today, we're taking Brendan Pepe for a ride. The 6'3" defenseman joined the Dawgs this season, and the Essex Fells, New Jersey native has recorded 1 goal, 2 assists, and a +6 rating in 32 games this year for Roanoke. Brendan, how we doing, man?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Not bad.
I'm Mitch Stewart, and this is Driving with the Dawgs. Good to see you.
You too?
Get you all buckled in here.
I'm going to sit back a little bit.
Oh yeah, I forgot tall guy problems. Yeah, I don't have to deal with that around here. But yeah, we'll take you for a little drive around. Thanks for hopping in with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I just wanted to start off by kind of whoa, you good? You lurched. But yeah, man, I just wanted to start off by talking about kind of how you ended up in Roanoke in the first place this summer, kind of what that process was like, and with Dan reaching out to you, and you ended up coming here for training camp.
Yeah, sure. I went to a school on Long Island called Stony Brook University, and my captain from my sophomore year, Brad Riccardi, I'm sure some of the fans know that name, played here, and then recommended my name to Dan after my last year, and then Dan gave me a call and asked me to come down to training camp.
So you talked about last year. You did have a little bit of time in the pros after your college season ended. You were up in Danbury with a whole bunch of former rail yard dogs. Steve Mealy was up there, Phil Bronner as well. What was that experience like for you when you were kind of just trying to get your feet wet in the pro ranks, and you ended up having a decent run there with Danbury in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it was a good entry into my pro career. I got some experience. Mealy was a great guy. Bronner was a great guy. They both taught me a lot of things about what it's like to be a pro, and the different pace between college and professional hockey. There were some other great guys there too. The coach Billy McCreary was my coach in juniors too, and he taught me a lot. But yeah, just a great group there. Little playoff experience as well, different from college where you don't play series, it's just one and done.
So you played your college hockey at Stony Brook like you were talking about. You were a captain there, and you got to play with your brother. He's the captain there at Stony Brook now. What was that experience like just at Stony Brook overall, but also getting a chance to play with Devin?
Yeah. My brother actually, he was number 44, I was number 22, and he actually took my jersey with the C and everything on it. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, his freshman year, he got hurt. He blew out his shoulder, and then the next year he hurt his knee. So our time together was pretty quick. But yeah, it was awesome being on the same power play as him. Just being on the ice with him was awesome. We had a brief stint in high school together as well. But yeah, it's so much fun just being in the locker room. Your hockey team is kind of your family, but having your real family in the locker room with you is a cool experience.
Yeah, gotta be a little extra special, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
When you were at Stony Brook, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have it that you got your MBA there while you were at Stony Brook. I'm curious to kind of know what is, maybe some of your thoughts for, way later down the line when you decide to hang up the skates. Do you want to stay in hockey? Do you have something else in mind kind of for your career, or are you just going to let future Brendan worry about that later?
Yeah, kind of let future Brendan worry about that later. I think the real reason I did my 5th year was because my senior year was completely canceled by COVID. So that 5th year was more of a, get the MBA, that'll help me down the line, but really another year with my brother and another year with Stony Brook. My dad works in the financial industry now, so and that's what I got my MBA in, finance. So I've gotten to pick up on that a little bit, and kind of experience what he does through just him talking, and it interests me. But I also love hockey, so I kind of want to stay in that when I grow up.
We've got to talk a little bit about, the Heelys. You talked about when you grow up, but they took the team by storm. I know you caught some flack for it. I know you maybe had some support for it too, but for those that don't know what we're talking about, I might drop the video clip here if I can find it. But Brendan, before we played, right after Christmas, I think, in Fayetteville, we were getting on the bus, and you were just heeling it around. We were just waiting for the bus to go. What kind of led you to get the Heelys in the first place, and do you think that's kind of indicative of just kind of your personality?
Well, I had a pair of Heelys when I was younger, and me and my girlfriend were talking about how cool Heelys are. So she picked up a pair of those for me, SpongeBob Heelys, actually. She picked up a pair of those for me for Christmas, and I wore them around. I was practicing at home, and game time came. I think we were going to Fayetteville, and I took that long stroll down the aisle with my Heelys on, but I think we lost that night, so I packed them up, and they're sitting in the trunk of my car now. Can't bring them out at the rink anymore.
Had to retire them because of the jinx.
Yeah.
That's tough. If you were on a sinking ship and you could only have one of your teammates on there to help you kind of navigate that situation, who would you want to be on that ship with you, and why?
One name came to mind immediately was Captain Janney. He would steer the ship for me. He's there for everybody, and beckoning call. He loves to help out. But also my D partner right now, Matty O'Day. He's kind of led the way for me, just being a defenseman, and he's good at everything. I think Brem said he's pretty much an NHL. When you customize a player, he's turned up to 100 and everything.
Well, yeah, that's a tough question to ask because we don't know the team's like nautical skills. That doesn't necessarily come in the scouting report or in the game notes even. But yeah, I think those are two pretty good choices.
Yeah, and they're both captains, so captain of a ship.
Go with the leadership. All right, that's fair. Well, you talked a little about playing with Matty. You've played with Steven Albo a bit this year too, so two veteran guys that have been alongside of you, and it feels like each game that you get on the ice, you get a bit more comfortable. Where do you feel like your game has grown a lot just since the start of this season, and maybe what's kind of the biggest thing that you're working on right now and trying to improve kind of heading into the home stretch?
I think my focus during games is kind of where I've made the biggest improvements on, and also where I need to make more improvements on. I think that my skill set allows me to play at this level, but when I start lacking focus, I take a shift off and just focus playing the full 60-minute game. And I think that's a big difference between the college game and the pro game is playing every shift pretty much like it's your last.
So you've gotten a chance now to play a little more than half a season for head coach Dan Bremner. Kind of what has he been talking to you about, working with you with, and just kind of what's been your experience like as a player underneath him?
I mean, Brems is one of the smartest coaches I've ever played for, and even though he talks about how he was just meat and potatoes kind of guy, see a puck, hit a guy, win a battle. I think he's learned a lot since the end of his playing career just through film and being around the game for, 6 years now that he's coaching. So he has a lot of knowledge that I'm trying to be a sponge and absorb all that he has to offer.
Well, we're about to have you back here to the rink. Is there kind of anything that I didn't touch on or any last things that you wanted to say to people that are watching this today?
Just thanks for having me here in Roanoke. I'm having a great time so far. Hopefully we can bring home a championship.
Yeah, well, good deal, man. Well, I appreciate it once again. Thank you for hopping in here with me, and best of luck to you guys this weekend. Let's keep it rolling, all right?
Will do.
Good deal. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Driving with the Dawgs is sponsored by Haley Toyota, the official ride of your rail yard dogs. Visit Haley Toyota online at HaleyHasItForLess.com and stay tuned for more episodes coming soon.